Hey everyone, welcome back to the series Social Media Management for Beginners. This video is on how to become a work-from-home social media manager and business owner this year. I was glad to find this business model in 2019 when I started my freelance social media marketing business, and still to this day, this is an income that I generate. Now, this business model is fully remote with no costs of your own and no experience. I went to uni for marketing, but trust me, if I would have known that I wouldn't require it to run this business, I wouldn't have bothered with all that money and effort and time I put into it. Honestly, I've learned more from influencer webinars or business owner coaching calls than I ever have from my marketing degree, because I feel like when you go to uni or college for it, it's very technical and they don't actually give you the business skills for it. They teach you business, they teach you aspects of business, but they don't tell you how to execute it or maintain it for it to be successful. So if you're really looking for that next challenge or are simply bored of your 9 to 5 and grinding for another person's business and want to start something of your own and be your own boss, then keep watching. My channel is all about entrepreneurship, productivity, and self-development, so be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Now, I've seen social media and its peaks and valleys throughout the years while I was studying my degree and now that I'm out of it, and I can tell you this time is the most exciting time in social media. There is a big market for it and it'll continue to grow, especially after the world is back to normal again and businesses are up and running. Now, I will break it down for you nice and easy. It's a 7-step guide, but before that, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. While this business model is ideal and flexible, you'll be entering a dynamic industry which changes from time to time. We all know this. Social media has new features every day and you'll have to learn and adjust accordingly. You know, for a long time there, I was just doing Instagram posts and then suddenly Reels came out and I had to learn video editing and how to make, transitions and to make your video exciting. Another thing to keep in mind is managing social media can be overwhelming and you can go overboard with it and burn yourself out. It can take a lot of your energy and time managing social media. You can go overboard with it because there's no off switch to social media. You'll always be on the clock, but you'll have to make your schedules and your boundaries with social media as well as your clients. So keep that in mind because it can be draining. At the end of the day, it is a business and you'll have to treat it accordingly to succeed. Okay, so let's get into the steps now. The first step is to educate yourself. Now, don't be intimidated. It's not how it sounds. You don't have to go to uni. I just said going to uni was the most underwhelming experience for me in my business owning experience. But to become a social media manager, you have to possess the skills for it. Now, there's so many resources online these days, especially on educating platforms like Skillshare, YouTube, and even Facebook. Actually, it's called Meta for Business, and you can learn how to manage your online business on Meta and how to grow it as well using social media. Well, believe it or not, social media management is more than just posting content on social media. It involves a whole range of skills like copywriting, engaging, networking with clients, content creation, as well as keeping up to date with the new trends and upskilling yourself when it's time. I get this question a lot when I coach some of my students on how to become a social media manager, but they ask if they should get a diploma simply in social media marketing. And to be honest, there are good courses these days, but I don't think they're still relevant because social media changes a lot. You're much better off using LinkedIn Premium if you want that academic knowledge, which has a range of industry leaders teaching you on how to navigate your way around social media and becoming a business owner. Now, the second thing is to operate as a business owner in Sydney, Australia, or just in Australia. You need an Australian business number. You need an ABN to have clients and contract your services. This way you can operate as a sole trader in Australia for tax purposes because you are a freelancer in the government's eyes and they need you to act under a company number. You can have a name, of course, but you just have to have that number associated with your company. So when you invoice there is evidence that it's coming under your business. It also makes it official, and I would recommend getting into it head first. Make an Instagram for your business as well, and a website if you can, just to put yourself out there and to show your portfolio after you've had a couple of clients, to seem legit, I guess, to businesses, so that they are willing to work with you and see you as a legitimate company. Now, it must be confusing when I say businesses and company, because when I mean businesses, those businesses are our clients. We will be working with people who already have a business and don't have time to manage their social media. So your company will have contracted your services to those clients who don't have time to manage their social media at this stage. Now, on to the third tip, which is how to secure clients. How do you get clients? I explained in the first part of this series that my target audience, my target clients, are small businesses. So this could be a coffee shop around the corner, or a hair salon, or a clothing store. And I've seen a lot of crafty ways social media managers get their clients. Mainly how I started out was gaining gigs from freelance websites, and there's so many of them. You can hop on any one of them. I started out getting a gig on Fiverr and built my portfolio from that to get social media clients. You can also gain clients by cold emailing, going into stores yourself and asking them if they need a social media manager. You won't believe, sometimes I would go into a store to buy stuff to film reels for my other client, and I would tell them, oh yeah, I'm taking all this stuff so I could film a reel for my client. And they'd be like, well, what do you do? And I'd be like, social media manager. And they'd be like, no way, we're looking for a social media manager. And I would sign them up right there to manage their socials as well. And like I said, more and more people are wanting a social media manager now more than ever. So shoot your shot. You never know what will come out of it. And another tip I would give you is that if you see a small business near you, be sure to look them up on social media. And if their profile and strategy is non-existent, they need you. You can show them how to grow their social media and improve their brand identity on there, and I assure you they'd be grateful for that. The fourth step is to actually know how to pitch. So now that you've found clients that you want to reach out to and secure for your business, you need to have a convincing pitch for them to sign on with you. Now, you can do this in a lot of ways. You can show them before and after of a page you've already grown. This could be your own page even. Or you can show them your graphic designs that you've done for other people. Or, better yet, design graphics for their business and show them the potential that you have and what you can offer. Now, I highly recommend you first off get your name out there, even if that means offering your services for cheap, because then you can build your portfolio and even put that on your website or Instagram, or show other businesses when you want them to sign with you. And when you're pitching your services, be very clear on what you're offering. Listen to them on what they need, but also be very clear of the initial offer you have for them in terms of what responsibilities you'll have, what platforms you'll manage, what will be the KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators that can be in terms of how many followers you'll bring to their account every week, or likes or comments. You can watch my first video on how to be a social media manager for beginners. And as you do more work and great work, you'll see that you'll get referrals from those businesses all the time, because people in business know other people in business, and if you do a great job, they'll tell their friends and they would contact you. Now, if you're still unclear on how to pitch, you can go to my website and I can share with you the exact roadmap and pitch I use for my clients by hopping on a coaching call with me, and I'd be happy to guide you through. Now, once you have spotted your clients, pitched to them, and they are ready to sign on with you, the next thing you do is send them a follow-up email. You have to keep everything on the books. You've got to have a contract with them and be clear on what you're offering so that your rights and their rights are not infringed upon, and you are protecting everyone's privacy, especially when it comes to getting their login details, which you'll have to do in that initial email. You'll have to get their login details, you'll have to check how their social media is doing currently and freshen it up with their address, what they do, and their profile picture representing exactly who they are and what they're offering. Now, if you're offering them a free service, you can do this for a week, and you can mention that in your email that after that it will be a paid monthly situation. And I would suggest after that free week you send them an invoice straight away, because there has been a lot of times that clients would sign on and after you've done the work they won't pay, and I don't want that to happen to you, especially in such an industry. People can back out. Now the sixth step is to actually create the content, and you can do that in a variety of ways. You can take the content that the brand already has, ask the business if they already have any photos or images they want you to use and any announcement or news they want to deliver. Also create content around the national holidays that are coming up, and if your client wants to do a giveaway or a discount on those days, and communicate it through social media. That's a good tip. Be sure to break up your client's feed, because it's not just food pictures if it's a restaurant, because that can be a bit boring. To connect with your target audience, you have to either entertain, inspire, or educate them. It comes down to the basic marketing fundamentals. You have to evoke some kind of emotion or provide value for your target audience to stay on your social media page. Now you can use a bunch of tools to create the content like Canva, Photoshop, or Adobe Illustrator to create the graphics for it, and put it all in a content calendar where you have the captions, the hashtags, the dates the content will be published, and how it will look on their social media page. Now I have a template for that. I think I'll be launching it soon on my website. So stay tuned for that, because it will be so easy for you to just pop in the content in the calendar and provide it to your client straight away. Now your role doesn't end there if you're offering engagement as part of your social media management services as well, which I currently do. I like to interact with the client's target audience on social media so that they interact with their content and therefore increase their followers, likes, reach, profile visits, and so on. Now I guarantee my clients to see a reach of 5 to 10 new followers each week and 10% increase in profile visits, likes, and comments. That is very attainable for me to do at this stage, because I think I have mastered and gotten faster at engaging. Don't be intimidated. You can offer whatever you like. The seventh step is to get your content approved by your client and schedule it. There are a lot of scheduling apps these days like Later, Plannable, for you to use and make your life a whole lot easier. And simply repeat all these steps after that, and make sure your clients know the notice period of signing off with you. That means your clients can't just last minute decide that they don't want to work with you for the next month. Tell them that you need a notice period of 1 week, 2 week, whatever you need, so that you can prepare for it and adjust your schedule accordingly. That was all. I hope you got some value out of it. The best part of this business is you get to keep 100% of the profits and grow this business as much as you like, because it really just depends on how much you put in. And lastly, I would say just be hopeful and go for it, because it's gonna keep growing, and keep up to date with the latest trends and features, because you can hop onto it first thing and offer new services to your client that no one else has already. Now that was all from me. Stay tuned for the next video in this series, and I'll see you next time.